boys and girls, it's been a long time since I made a hair vid. I always say that, but it really has this time. A few of you were asking about how's my hair going, so I thought I'd make a vid as I got a few spare minutes. So it's a bit longer, as you can see at the moment, sort of mid-length. I've not cut it for a while, and as you know, I always sort of shave the sides and back. This time I've actually left the back, so it's a bit longer at the back. Still shaved the sides though, because I hate the sides where they get really bushy. My hair gets really frizzy and dry when it's been washed, so I've been in the gym this afternoon and I've just got back. I've just combed it a little bit. It's a little bit greasy, so apologies for that. It's all growing well though, and I'm still really happy with it. If you remember, I had the first stop in December 2018 at Dr Cinik's in Istanbul, Turkey. Second op was April last year, so 2022, same Dr Cinik in Istanbul, Turkey. First one was to do the front and sort of some of the top, and the second one was to do the crown. The first one I did have some of the crown done, but the second op sort of filled it in more. Am I happy with it? Yep, still really happy with it. Really pleased I got it done. I was going to wait till I was 50. I'm 48, 49 in March. So, you know, I'm so glad I got it done before then. My advice would be, if you're thinking about it and you've done your research, go for it. Don't keep putting it off because you'll never get it done. At the moment, I'm using this VO5. This is like extra hold. Someone gave me this. I thought I might as well use it. And it's cool, but when your hair is kind of this long, it kind of looks a bit greasy after a while. You have to wash it out quite quickly. If I just want something to make the hair smoother, because when, like I said, when mine's been washed, it goes like frizzes everywhere. And especially the beard grafts that we used, they're kind of not dead straight, they're a bit wavy, so they sort of frizz out a bit. So I use this. This is a bit more expensive, but it's really good stuff. Really kind of, it's more like cream. You just sort of put it on. It doesn't sort of look as wet or as greasy as some of them do. As always, go for the matte. These are both matte. This is matte clay and this is matte paste. Always go for the matte because it makes your hair look less greasy and it won't look as bald. If you have like tons of gel, glossy sort of stuff, it will look more bald. But yeah, I've just been working loads as always. Moved house, different house now. Travelling loads. Check out all my hotel vids. I'm always staying in hotels, which is cool, but it can be quite tiring. But yeah, check out all my hotel vids if you're into that sort of thing. I've got a few questions I get asked quite a lot. Certain people, like the obvious one is, are you happy with your hair? Yeah, I am. I'm sort of contemplating cutting it at the moment. I don't know whether to keep it this long. It's sort of kind of alright, but I wear a baseball cap quite a lot because it, you know, like I said, once you wash it, it fuzzes up quite a lot. It's just, that's the style of how my hair is. It's just always been like that. So yeah, I'm happy. Any regrets? No. One question I get asked a lot is, some people get told by clinics that they might get, say, 50 or 60% coverage. Would I still go for it if it was me? If it was me, then yes, I would, just for the fact I sort of feel that any hair on top is better than sort of no hair. If they can give you a nice hairline, sort of, it's kind of, you know, to me it looks better than being completely bald. And if you don't like it, you can always sort of shave it all off anyway. But yeah, do your research, make sure they don't over harvest. And some people also feel like if you have a good hairline, they sort of think, well, they can use your normal hair for that. And if you've got a lot of beard hair, they always take it from under there, so you can't see where they've taken it. And chest hair, certain clinics can use beard and chest hair. But don't be sort of fooled by this, in the fact that you can't have it in the hairline, because it would just look bristly and weird and it wouldn't look right. You can't have it in sort of certain areas, so they have to mix the beard and chest hair. I've said this quite a few times with other like natural sort of hair, because if they don't mix it, it would just look weird. You'd have just all bristly hairs on top or at the back, and it just wouldn't look right. So back to the question, if I was sort of if they said I could only have 50 or 60% coverage, I personally would still go for it, because if they can give you enough for a hairline, even if the hairline's sort of fairly far back, if you got enough hairs that they could dot about over the top and say the crown, you can use hair fibres then. If you don't know what hair fibres are, just look on Amazon or anywhere like that, they sell them. It's just like sort of dust that you sprinkle on, and they settle and they stick with static to your existing hair. It's brilliant. I used them for about 10 years before I had my first hair transplant, and they did wonders. They were really good. You get them the sort of same colour as your normal hair, and people can't tell you're wearing them. So yeah, that's sort of my view. Obviously it's a personal decision, it's one of those things, you know, but I'd say if it was me, I would go for it. Am I on finasteride? No, still not taking it. I've as you know, I give blood and they don't allow it. Recently I started donating plasma instead of blood, which was great, but I've been dieting quite hard to try and lose a bit of weight, and I have lost quite a lot of weight. And I was literally doing a lot of intermittent fasting, quite strict, in the fact that I was only eating a couple of hours a day, like a small window. But unfortunately my iron levels went right down, and then they signed me off giving blood for 6 months. So I was going to think about taking finasteride while I was on the 6 months off. But if I do this, you know, it's not really going to be worth it just for 6 months, and then I'm going to have to stop a month before I start donating blood again. The other thing I was thinking was maybe do finasteride and then stop a month every time I give blood, a month before, and I donate blood 3 times a year. But again, is this going to affect the finasteride, how much it does for you, keeping your existing hair? The other thing I've been thinking about is minoxidil. I've used the liquid before and the foam, and to be honest, I didn't feel they did much. I used them for quite a while before my hair transplants, and also they're greasy. I didn't like the fact it's just made my hair just look a greasy mess. So you can get oral minoxidil, where it's like a pill you take, and I'm sort of fine with just taking pills. So I was thinking, should I do that? You know, leave a comment if you take that, if you feel it does any good. If you know, you can get mixed finasteride and minoxidil pills. I've read that minoxidil is not sort of approved in the UK. I think it is in pill form, but there's still places that just sell it. So you know, do you take that? If so, leave a comment. Do you find it helps you? Because, you know, minoxidil is hopefully to strengthen your hair and grow it. Maybe I could do with that. As I get older, if I do start losing a lot of hair, then maybe I will start taking finasteride and maybe have to stop donating blood. I was hoping to get to 100 donations, and I'm probably around about 70, I think, so still got a few to go. But yeah, I was doing plasma, and they give you sort of 2 donation points for every plasma, and you could do that every 2 weeks. But unfortunately there's only a few places in the country, I think 3 places that you can do that. And it's great because you really do help people, but again it's quite a drive getting there, and then to be told, oh no, you can't this time. And you know, in the end I thought I'll just go back to giving blood that you can do locally. As you can see, it's a bit messy because, like I said, I've just been jogging in the gym. I'm about 5'10". I was about 92 kilos, and I've gone down to 80 now, so I'm quite pleased with the amount of weight loss that I've done through dieting and exercise. So hopefully that's going to sort of put me in good stead, eating healthily. I still take my pills, my biotin, omega-3 fish oils, my saw palmetto, and multivitamins, which I've taken for a long time now. So I still take those daily, but like I say, I've started taking iron pills now to, you know, hopefully build my iron levels up, because I was quite low when I went to give plasma last. Any other questions? I get asked a lot. For those that don't know, you probably do know now because I always talk about it, but we've started a group on Facebook for hair and dental and just anything really that you want to chat about. It's, you know, it's not strict. It's a relaxed atmosphere. We started it a few years ago and it's doing really well. And we still, you know, it's still a chilled atmosphere. No one judges you. Everyone's helpful. We don't get any snobs or anything like that. No matter how much you can afford or what clinics you want to go to or have been to, we're all fine. You know, we're all out to help each other. And with this attitude, we also find that people are a lot less frightened to ask a question or show their results or whatever, no matter where they've been to, because, you know, they know they're going to get a friendly response. Other questions though, I was trying to think. I get some guys, I say guys because it's mostly guys that go in for hair transplants, even though there's quite a few women on the group that have them as well. But a lot of the guys, I see them year in, year out, and you think, have you still not had it yet? They've got the money to have it, but they just don't, because it's like they're waiting to have a golden guarantee that they're going to get a perfect result. I just don't feel that anyone can ever give you that guarantee, you know. So all these years that you've been waiting and researching and studying, waiting for that perfect clinic, because clinics kind of go in waves. You always get a load of people with really good results and they'll be saying about, then you'll get one that's not so happy, and then everyone will move on to another clinic and they'll be getting great results, they'll be happy, and then someone will say, oh, I wasn't happy, you know. So you're never going to get 100% like happiness rating. So you can keep going on year in, year out, reading reviews from clinics, from looking at Instagram pictures, hair websites, everything. In the end, you've got to decide, am I really going to go through with this? Because if you're the sort of person who, in the back of your mind, you're thinking, oh, there's something holding you back, you've got to make a decision. Just go for it or don't, because if you don't, you're just going to keep torturing yourself all the time, looking in the mirror thinking, oh, maybe I should have done, maybe I shouldn't. You know, my advice would be just go for it, because you're always going to be asking yourself, should I have gone for it, or should I have left it? And if you do leave it, then you're always going to be kind of regretting it. Like I said, in the past, I know people that have booked it and then they backed out. They've literally got on the train to the airport and backed out. You know, and I know it's like a scary thing. It's getting, you know, a part of your body changed. It is scary. But like I said, I've had two now. The second one, you know what to expect, so it's easier. But if there's something holding you back, you've got to ask yourself, what is it that holds you back? Is it a genuine fear, or is it just that you're just worried about something? But just sort of try, like I said, just either make a decision and bite the bullet, as they say, and go for it, or just forget about it. You know, don't go on hair websites, don't keep looking at pictures, because you're going to torture yourself, because you'll be wanting to do it, but you know deep down you're not going to. But yeah, there's a lot of people that sort of, they'll write to a clinic and the clinic will say, we can give you 50% coverage, and then they write to another one hoping it'll be more, and then another one. And you know, my advice would be the one that sort of tells you the least amount of coverage, take that as like hopeful, but then go in hoping you're going to get more, because some say they'll give you like 10% more. But at the end of the day, it's all expectations. So if you're completely bald on top, but you've got quite a nice donor area, then don't expect to have like an 18-year-old's hair, but you know, it's probably going to look better than what you've got now, if you see what I mean. But if you've got not a great donor area and you're completely sort of bald on top, don't ever think you're going to get 100%, because you won't. You know, hardly any of us get like spot on results. I've still got bits in the middle. People say to me, can you send me pictures of like your scalp and the back and everything? And I do, And like I said, different lighting. I'm under a really bright light tonight in this room, but people say, oh, I can spot there's like a little dot there, and I say, well, that's because I haven't had the top done as much. In the first op they did some of it, but most of it was the hairline. In the second op was more on the crown. So people say this, and so some of it is just different lighting, like if I'm in dull lighting or the room's not as completely bright as this, it could look completely different photos. But yeah, so there's that, and like I said, I haven't had the middle done at the top. The other thing is, you'll get these people who are obsessed with density, and some, like when you're like in your teens and you've got really nice hair, you literally you're not going to get that. And if you get so obsessed with density, you get some of these guys who just want ultra density, and at their age it looks weird. It looks too dense. It looks like they're trying to be a kid again, and that to me looks a bit strange. Like I've said before, even people with really good genes, like certain movie stars and people like that, who've never sort of lost much hair, even theirs isn't that completely dense. It's personal preference, of course, and I'm happy for everyone. It's like I've always said, it's you that has to be happy with your hair, not everyone else. Who cares what anyone else thinks? If you're happy with it, then brilliant. But yeah, don't just rein in your expectations. Expect an okay result, and then if you get a brilliant result you're happy with, even better. Don't go in expecting you're going to get like an 18-year-old sort of hair when you're all like in your late 40s like I am. But that's not to say you can't be like satisfactory. I'm really happy with mine. My hairline was forward more than what it's ever been, and even as a sort of teenager my hairline was not, it kind of went back at the sides a lot, the widow's peaks area. So having it done, brought it forward a bit, it's brilliant. It's better than it's ever been. But anyway, I'll sort of try and turn around so you can see the back. But it's quite hard to sort of tell whether it's in focus. But like I said, yeah, I'm still kind of cutting the before, if you remember, I used to have it in like a ponytail at the top and it was shaved on the sides and back. At the moment it's shaved on the sides and a little bit underneath down there at the back, because it gets a bit bushy down there otherwise. But no, I'm really pleased with it at the moment. Another thing that I found recently, and this isn't really hair related, it's just my age. If some of you remember, I had at the age of 21 laser eye surgery, and I was really, really happy with it. From age of 21 to 48, I've had perfect eyesight. It's brilliant. Just recently, in the last, say, 6 months to a year, I've started needing reading glasses. First of all, my phone was getting a bit blurred. I couldn't read it that well, and certain things like sort of paper and magazines and stuff, they were just getting a bit blurred. And it's frightening quite how quickly my reading glasses have sort of had to come into effect, because I didn't expect. I thought it'd come on really, really slowly, like needing reading glasses, but it's come on really fast, and I literally do need them all the time now when I'm reading my phone or whatever, or I have to hold it like right back like this. So leave a comment. Do you wear reading glasses? How old were you when you started needing reading glasses? Were you in your 40s? Because I read as well that with laser it's like the shape of your eye that they sort of laser, whereas with reading glasses it's more like the muscle weakness, the muscles are weakening and things like that. So it's all part of getting old, I guess, but I'm quite lucky. I work out a lot, I've lost a lot of weight, so I'm feeling pretty good. I don't really feel 48 coming on to 49. But yeah, leave a comment on what's your workout routine, how often do you work out? It's always interesting to know, and these are the sort of things we talk about on the hair group. As always, I'll leave a link below for the hair group. You're more than welcome to join. It's really chill, we just talk about everything. Right, that's about it. I'm going to get my dinner. Any questions, leave a comment below and I'll try and get back to you. Cheers.